Welcome. I am absolutely thrilled you're hanging out with me today. This explainer is designed specifically for you, the dedicated learner, to help you crush a huge milestone in your English journey. Today, we're going to uncover the exact tools you need to confidently describe your daily life, the stuff you own, and the routines that make up your week. By the end of this session, you're going to feel so much more comfortable expressing your world in English. We are hitting those A2 level goals head on, and I promise you it's way easier than you think when we break it down together. Let's get started. To keep things super manageable, we're just tackling 3 simple building blocks today. First, we've got have as a main verb. Second, have as an auxiliary verb. And finally, adverbs of frequency. Section 1. Have as a main verb. Owning your world. All right, let's dive right into how this works. When have is your main action, meaning possession or ownership, the simple present rules are actually really straightforward. For the pronouns I, we, you, and they, we just use have. When making a positive statement, it's simply, I have a new guitar. To make it negative, we just toss in don't. I don't have a new guitar. And for questions, we kick things off with do. Do I have a new guitar? But pay super close attention to the pronouns he, she, and it. The crucial takeaway here is that the verb actually changes shape for these pronouns. It becomes has. She has a new guitar. The negative form turns into doesn't have, and the question uses does. Take a quick second right now to picture something you own. Maybe it's a smartphone, a car, or even a pet. Say it in your head. I have a. See, you are already nailing this. Now, if you thought the present tense was easy, the simple past is about to become your best friend. This rule applies to literally all pronouns. I, he, she, it, we, you, they. Every single one gets the exact same word, had. I had a new guitar. For the negative, we use didn't have. And for questions, did I have? It applies universally across the board, which makes talking about your past possessions wonderfully simple. No changing shapes to worry about here. Section 2. Have as an auxiliary verb, the helpful assistant. It's really important to understand that have plays 2 completely different roles in English, and comparing them side by side creates such a great aha moment. Think about the phrase, I have a new guitar. You own the guitar. It's yours. That's possession. But now consider the phrase, I have seen Peter. You don't own a seen Peter. That wouldn't make any sense at all, right? In this second example, have is just acting as a helpful assistant to the main action, which is seen. It's just stepping in to help us form the present perfect tense to talk about an experience you've had in your life. Let's see how this assistant works in practice. When using the present perfect, we pair our auxiliary have with a past participle, words like seen, spoken, or played. Just like before, the rules depend entirely on the pronoun. For I, we, you, and they, we use have or haven't. I have seen Peter. I haven't seen Peter. And, following the exact same logic as earlier, for he, she, and it, the helper changes to has or hasn't. She has seen Peter. The structure is incredibly logical once you break it down like this, isn't it? Okay, now this is where things get really fun. You can actually use have as both the helper and the main verb in the exact same sentence. Listen to this. They have had a nice time. The first have is our helpful assistant. The second word, had, is the main verb, meaning they experienced or owned a good time. If you can understand this sentence, you are already processing complex English structures. You are doing fantastic. Section 3. Adverbs of frequency. How often do you do it? To talk about our routines, we use a scale that goes all the way from 100% frequency down to 0%. Let's walk through the list together. If you do something all the time, it's 100%, always. As we move down the scale just a bit, we hit usually, regularly, normally, and often. Right smack in the middle at 50% is sometimes. Then we get into the things you don't do very much, occasionally, rarely, seldom. And finally, at absolute 0%, never. I want you to mentally translate these words to your own daily habits right now. Think about drinking coffee, reading a book, or working out. Which of these words best fits your routine? Knowing the vocabulary is really only half the battle. There are 2 strict formulas for where to actually place these adverbs in a sentence. Formula 1 applies to almost all main verbs. The adverb goes right before the main verb. It's subject, then adverb, then main verb. For example, I always get up at 6:45. You wouldn't say I get up always. But there's a big exception. Formula 2 is specifically for the to be verb, words like am, is, are, was, were. Here, the adverb goes after the to be verb. Subject, then to be, then adverb, like this. Susan is never late. It's a tiny structural shift, but mastering this specific rule is absolutely crucial and will make your English sound incredibly natural and fluent. Now, because English loves to keep things interesting, some adverbs are actually quite flexible. The adverbs often, usually, sometimes, and occasionally give you a lot of freedom. You can place them at the very beginning of a sentence, like, sometimes I go swimming. You can put them before the main verb, just like we literally just learned, for example, Mandy has sometimes got homework. Or you can even tack them on to the very end of the sentence. We read books occasionally. This flexibility is awesome because it means you have options when you're speaking and you don't have to panic if you forget to put the adverb right next to the verb. I want to pause for just a second and ask you this directly. How often do you practice English? Go ahead, form the answer in your head right now. Are you using Formula 1? I usually practice English. Are you using a flexible adverb? Sometimes I practice English. By actively answering this, you are locking these rules right into your brain. And just like that, look at what we've accomplished today. The official Common European Framework of Reference sets this exact objective for the A2 level. Students can use time expressions to say how often they do things and talk about the things they have and own. That is exactly what you just learned how to do. You've mastered have for possessions, have as a helper, and adverbs of frequency to detail your routines. You should be incredibly proud of this progress. So, I'll leave you with this final thought. Knowledge is only powerful if you actually use it. Tomorrow morning when you wake up, I want you to mentally narrate your morning routine using the adverbs we learned today. Tell yourself what you always do, what you sometimes do, and what you own. Keep practicing, keep building that confidence, and you'll find that expressing your daily life in English becomes completely second nature. Thank you so much for joining this explainer today, and I'll see you in the next one.